for the Huskers right now?
Right here.
Andy, everybody had like at least 5 kills. What do you think it's like to face this offense when Virginia's going now in the middle of the draw? What do you think it's like to face this team?
I mean, I can imagine it's really hard for other teams as a middle blocker. I mean, I have firsthand experience when you're playing a team and all of their hitters are clicking. It's really, really tough because you have to honor every single one of them. So when we can do that on our side of the net, it just makes everyone's job super easy. I know it makes the setter's job super easy, but it's also all kudos to our amazing passing. I know we talked about we passed a 2-7 this game, and that's incredible. So obviously the passers did their job, and then Bergen did an awesome job distributing the ball evenly.
She had 5 kills herself.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just what does that open up when she's an added element of your game?
The same thing. I mean, now teams have to honor her as well, and that just adds another thing onto your plate, specifically in the middle blockers again. I mean, now you already have to think about pins, the middles, and now you have a front row setter who's also super aggressive. So it just becomes very overwhelming for other teams, and sometimes they adjust and sometimes they don't. And I think that Bergen, she saw that it was working and she took advantage of it. I mean, 5 kills as a setter is ridiculous, but why stop if it's working?
Harper, do you see different defensive looks when other parts of the offense are clicking?
You mean like on our team or the other team?
Do other teams give you different looks when other
Yeah, I think a lot of teams know I like to swing lines, so that's something I have to adjust to every game because we don't know how they're going to come out and play defense against each hitter. I know it's different. Sometimes they front Andi, sometimes they leave me open. So I feel like that's kind of on Bergen to figure out who's going to be one-on-one, but she does a great job of that. And it gives me the opportunity to find new shots because I never know what defense they're going to come out with and what they're going to scout on me. So that's something I just have to figure out throughout the game.
Harper, have you seen Virginia settle in these last few matches?
I'm really proud of her. She seems to be gaining her confidence, and it's really fun to be a part of just because I think we give her some confidence too. Like, we all believe in her, and she trusts us in that. So it's been really fun to see her grow the past few games, especially in the Creighton game. And then this game, she hit 400. So, that's incredible, and I'm really proud of her, and I hope she continues to do that.
During the Creighton match, somebody told her that she swings better when she's smiling. Who told her that?
I don't know. Maybe only coaches. I don't know.
It seems to be working. Just with when you see her play with such joy, how does that help you guys?
I feel like everyone plays better when they're having fun, and I think that's something I focused on last year, and I'm kind of trying to bring it into this year. When you're smiling, people tell me I don't smile a lot too, so I definitely understand where they're coming from, but I think everyone just plays more free when they're smiling and when they're having fun, and I think that's something that our team we all can do a little bit better of because we're all so competitive and serious all the time. But yeah, I mean, I see where they're coming from with that, but that might just be how she plays.
With all the pieces you have and kind of getting used to Dani's system, do you think that everything's starting to click now as you head into Big Ten?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this team has done a really good job adjusting. I know Becca and I early on during one of the press conferences, I made the comment that we're working on new things, and I think that that's really coming to fruition. I mean, all the new routes that we're running and just the new things that we're doing, and Kenna and Manaya included, and I think the team overall is just adjusting really well, and I think you can really feel it out on the court. It feels like one unit. I mean, it always has, but going into season, I'm really confident that we're just going to be one and play some great volleyball.
Harper, third straight start for Olivia Libero. What did you think of the way she was flying around in that first set in particular? I think she had 7 digs in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone who's going to be in that Libero jersey is going to have confidence, and I feel like she's holding her own really well, and her serve receive is her strength, so that's something we really use back there, and I'm really comfortable passing next to her, and it's great to have her next to me, but I feel like it's going to go back and forth between her and Lainey, and that's something we're going to have to adjust to as a team, but they both have their own strengths, and Olivia definitely performed tonight.
You guys gave up 14 set points tonight. What was just happening at the end of the sets when we let up a little?
I just think a lack of focus,
Yes.
Unfortunately. I mean, it's not an excuse, but it was a long day. Starting at 8 p.m., we have yet to do that, and it can be a very, very long day just sitting around waiting for serve and pass and then waiting for the game. And so learning how to adjust to that, obviously, because I know when we go to the West Coast, those are going to be really late games, so not using it as an excuse, learning from it this one time. Obviously, we bounced back from it, and we won, and we talked about it a lot. We're grateful to win. We don't want to feel relief when we win. It's an exciting thing, so taking it for what it is, but not letting it happen again and adjusting from here on out.
Harper, where do you think this team is at now that you're done with the non-conference portion of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I think we still have some things to work on, and going into Big Ten, we're confident, 10-0, and starting Big Ten play is always super fun and exciting, but it's also a little bit of pressure because it's starting to get real, and, you know, we want to win 3 Big Ten championships in a row, so we have to take that seriously, and Big Ten is really fun, but it can be a lot. It gets hard with traveling, with school, all the things in between, so I think we're in a good place, but we just really have to stay focused, like Andi said, because in moments like that, that's what's going to catch up to us in the end in December. So just working on getting focused and continuing that.
For both of you, John Cook was honored with the statue earlier this week. What does it mean to still have him part of the program, but to also get to be part of a ceremony like that?
I mean, we went to his ceremony on Wednesday, so it was really cool just to see that because we all know how much of a legacy he left here. So being able to honor him and, you know, have a statue out there is really cool, and I'm sure it's cool for him, but he's not going to admit that. And I know it means a lot to him, and it means a lot to us too because, you know, he's the one that recruited us here, and he's the one that started this program and really brought it up the past 25 years. So I think it's just really exciting, and we're grateful that he was here and he left that legacy.
I second that. We're super happy for him. It's awesome.
And he cries, so it's so cute.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Any questions for Coach? When Virginia's having her best matches hitting, you notice anything, you know, with your decision making or mentally that's helping her be successful?
Not really. Just I think the confidence has grown, and she's starting to feel a little bit more like herself. And her and Bergen are starting to find out a connection. I think Bergen's learning a little more what she needs, and so we're seeing the benefits of that. But yeah, that's awesome to see her put 2 matches back to back, 2 great attacking matches. So hopefully she can continue to build.
When she's on, what does that do for the offense and kind of Bergen's options?
Oh, it's huge. You know, when your opposite can kill balls, it just takes a lot of pressure off your left sides who are already by default going to get a ton of sets. So when it feels like your opposite can get kills and side out, it just lets them free up their play and focus a little bit more maybe on passing and defense. So I think it's huge. And then our middles are doing such a great job. That's what you want your teams to worry about, your middles and your opposites, and then your outsides will be open.
36 kills, I think Bergen had 31 assists through the first 2 sets. What does it take to get your offense running at that high level?
Well, we passed great. You know, one of our goals going into this match was to pass a certain number, and we hit that, so I thought that was the biggest reason. And I thought Bergen just looked super comfortable and smooth, and a really impressive match by her.
Coach, going into Big Ten play, you're 10-0. Where do you think the team needs to improve the most as we move into Big Ten play?
I think we have a lot to improve on. I thought our defense tonight was pretty lackluster, so that's going to be a big focus of this week is, you know, we got to be better defensively, and I think our serving can also improve, which that really goes hand in hand with defense. When you're serving tough, your defense is, you know, much crisper. So those will be 2 of the biggest focuses.
What areas are the lackluster?
All of defense, blocking, digging. So it's just, you know, that's by far, I think, they hit 250. The next highest was 173. That's hit on us all year. And I don't want to take away, like, Jordan Wilson she's, you know, one of the best outsides we'll play all year. So that was a challenge. It's just, we didn't make great adjustments like we have this year when a team's, you know, gotten hot against us. I feel like we've been able to make adjustments and shut players down or at least affect them, and we just didn't do that tonight.
What do you say in the timeout huddles? I know you called a few timeouts today where, you know, they were kind of going on a little bit of a run. You wanted to kind of probably stop the run from them. What were you saying to your team while you're in those huddles?
Well, really just getting on them a little bit. Most of it was about our defense. It's like, well, it's all great if we're all hitting 400, but when we're letting tips drop and nobody's touching it and just like out of position, late on our block, it's just not the way we want to play. And So it's probably the most I've gotten on them all year, but I thought it was deserving. I'm usually pretty lenient coach, so I think they knew I was serious.
Anything else?
Big Ten is obviously a grind, but how has this non-conference prepared you for what lies ahead?
Yeah, just being able to leave tonight and be 10-0 with a really tough schedule. We don't want to take that for granted. It's really hard to win. We've been saying that all year. I don't care who you are. It's hard to win. There's so many great teams now and great players all over the country. So I feel like we're really well prepared. And then we've had a lot of, single games where we've played on Tuesday and Wednesday and Saturday, Sunday. So I think that reflects the conference season. We have a lot of random games. So we should be kind of prepared for everything. We played early, we played late. So I feel really good going into conference that, we've experienced a lot.
Was the number of set points that it took you to close out each of those sets a concern at all?
No, I don't think that was a concern. Again, it was, sometimes, when you're ahead too, you're trying some different things, but no, I was mainly concerned about the defensive effort tonight.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.